Hello and welcome to the Downsized. My name is Laraine Durham.
And I'm Christopher Durham.
And together we're the Downsized. We're the channel that talks about all things GLP-1 health and weight loss related. I've lost over 50 pounds on tirzepatide. And Christopher Durham has lost?
103 pounds, I think, as of this morning. Tirzepatide, Zepbound, Mounjaro, and now I'm in maintenance. So just kind of hanging out right there around 185, up a pound, down a pound. You have it for the last 12, 13 weeks. How about you?
Yeah, my starting weight was 193. My weight today is 143, right at 50 pounds. I've been maintaining my 50-pound loss for about a year now. I had gotten as high as a 7.5 milligram dose of compounded tirzepatide. And then I came down in dose, I don't know, I thought I was supposed to. Now we know you can or you don't have to. And now I'm on an 8 milligram dose. So I had gotten as low as 5 and felt like it wasn't quite doing its thing. We missed a shot by mistake when we went out of town. So now trying to get back on track with the 8 milligram.
Yeah.
And I think we're in week 85, 86, something like
that.
We're not in our normal studio today. Actually, we're not even in our house today.
No.
Because last night our internet suddenly went down. They're installing Google Fiber in our neighborhood. We have AT&T, the fast AT&T fiber.
Yep.
Now they're installing Google Fiber, and we're pretty sure the Google Fiber workers cut our AT&T line. So
there's no internet at our house.
There's no internet at our house at all. We thought it would come back up last night. It still wasn't up this morning. I went on my phone and scheduled an appointment they said, oh, looks like you'll need a technician. I'm like, okay, great. So he'll be here tomorrow. Well, not here, but at our house tomorrow between 12 and 4. So,
we're actually at our friend's house in the same neighborhood. They're on a cruise.
On a cruise. We're here taking care of their cat, Chip. Chip is sitting right over here.
Chip will probably not put in an appearance.
Chip doesn't move. There's a bench over here. I think we've been here giving him his medicine every day for about, 3 days now? He hasn't moved off this bench.
You can pick him up.
Want me
Sure.
just pick him up and show the people? Chippy! He might complain a little bit. He's a really pretty cat.
Oh my goodness, Chip.
But he's really mad when okay, yeah, I'm going to put it back. That's Chip. Say hi, Chip. He's really mad when his people go away. He doesn't like that. So anyway, we're here. And thanks for being here. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers.
Whoop.
Whoop, whoop. So make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. And you can ask us questions here on our live show. Make sure you put a Q in front of it. That makes it a little bit easier. We're not in our normal studio, so we've got an iPad, a computer, a camera, some things going on. So I might need my glasses at times to see.
Well, she always needs her glasses.
Well, yeah, I wear contact anyway. It's a long story, but I have readers, so I can't see close up. I can't see far away. I have contacts. Tried all kinds of things. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Let's see who all's out there. I do believe there was somebody before.
Before what?
I thought there was somebody. Gwen, were you the first one? I thought somebody else was here before Gwen. Gwen says, yay. Esther Lee, all the way from New York City. I think she was in Radio City Music Hall last night, if I remember, from the Club Downsized.
Yeah, last night we had a special Club Downsized live. If you'd like to be a member of our Club Downsized, you can hit that, join button? What's it called? Not right now, but later, because it'll take you somewhere else. And you can see what all it entails. You might see the Club Downsized, what are they called? Emojis on our Club Downsized members' names. All of our content is free, but you can support us a little further by becoming members of Club Downsized. You get a free emoji next to your name. You get
it's an icon. Then you can add emojis.
Icon. Sorry, yeah. We have a live Club Downsized most Tuesday nights for our Club Downsized members. And
yeah, all kinds of fun stuff.
Oh, there's a Facebook page too, but yeah, that's fine.
Anyway, so say hello. Tell us where you are. If you have questions, please put a couple of Q's in front of it. It helps me see what's going on. If you have things you'd like to celebrate, we're happy to throw some virtual confetti at you. So whether that be you just started the medication, you're down 200 pounds, your A1C is better, it's your birthday, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We'll tell you great job no matter what. So.
Yep. Crazy Cat Lady in LA. Hello. Where you at, JoJo? Well, JoJo's at our house.
But you got to meet Chip. So.
We did not bring JoJo over to meet Chip because that probably wouldn't go very well. Jess says, hi, all. Hi, Jess. Shh. What does that say?
Shannon's Journey, Life, Health, and Hope. Hello from Georgia.
Hello from Georgia.
Linda Bookmiller says hello again. Nature Girl says, what's up, fam? Tammy, hi. Oh, video data. Here we go. Hi, Chris and Laraine. I hit my 100-pound lost milestone.
Wow.
Let me do this.
Congratulations. Yay. Video data comments usually on every one of our videos. So we appreciate your comments. That helps the algorithm of the YouTube gods generate more views of our videos. So we appreciate that. Thank you and congratulations.
Losing It Grays. Hey. I think I see your channel popping up now. Looks like you're recording some more videos. I watched one of them. Good job. Peggy Keller says hello. Pammy. WLS GLP-1. We interviewed Pammy.
Pam.
What's his Pammy?
Well, she used to be Pam. People change their YouTube names and it confuses me.
Kirsten's Memories. I remember tonight. I forgot last night. We need JoJo. Sorry, no JoJo tonight. But we have a special guest appearance by Chip.
We have Chip the kitty. Chip's over here. We're not in our house. We're at a friend's house because our internet is down.
Yep. So Kirsten's going on the cruise with us, correct?
She is, and she's bringing some people with her.
Some family with her.
Yeah. So we got that all straightened out today. Thanks for that email, Kirsten.
So if you haven't already, go check it out. I think there might be one room left on the ship, but you better do it quick.
I guess we could tell them.
So we could tell you about the cruise. So we are hosting a Downsized at Sea cruise June 23rd through the 27th out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on the beautiful Celebrity Reflection. It goes to it's a 4-night cruise that goes to Bimini, Bahamas and Nassau, Bahamas, and we'll be hosting some meet and greets. Laraine will be doing some exercise things. What else are we doing?
You didn't say presented by Mochi.
Oh, I'm sorry. Presented by Mochi. Mochi
Health is our presenting sponsor, so we'll have some swag from Mochi as well as some swag from the Downsized. We'll do a lot of fun stuff. We have about 50 people. The cruise is probably full. I did have somebody that was able to book it last week that he had just been trying every day to book it, and he was able to book it. So we hope to be announcing our cruise for 2026.
On the cruise. So we'll actually do a live stream from the cruise ship with a live studio audience. Be like Bob Barker.
Yeah,
awesome.
Just like that. So
the Mel B.
Hey Mel B, how are you? Douglas, hello.
Is Douglas on the cruise too? Do I remember that name or no? I don't remember.
I think Donnell is on.
I know Donnell is, yeah.
Yes.
Don Johnson, nope, no JoJo Chip.
Pretty kitty. Yeah, Chip is a very pretty kitty. Chip has to take some pretty serious medicine twice a day because Chip has seizures.
Yeah.
Poor kitty he's been through it, but he's very pretty. Hello, House Panther Chip. Yeah, he has like the mane, like the fur that goes like a lion. Pretty cute. Hello from Sun Lakes, Arizona. Bummer about your internet situation. Maybe the tech will be able to resolve it. Chip's a cutie. Yeah, I'm sure our line is just cut. So hopefully when they come out tomorrow, they'll be able to I don't know, do what they do to fix it for us.
Jazzy MDG, hello, Downsized fam. Mark
Hey,
Clem,
Jazzy.
also going on the cruise. Mark, hello. Oh, Gwen, I knew that somebody else was first. It was you. That's exactly right. Gwen is first. Hold on, Gwen. Let's see. Let's give you something for being first. How about the dancing robot?
It's a robot.
There you go. Good. Awesome. I think we got some questions coming up here too. Deborah Mitchell, hello. Art and 3D, hi. It's Darium. Howdy, Durham's Downsized communities and newcomers. Let's see. Valerie, anyone having success with CVS Caremark and getting Zepbound covered for July 1st? Not that I know of, but I did see somebody in a Facebook group that had posted they had gotten Zepbound covered, and they like showed their letter. So it's Facebook, so you never know.
Fill in maybe any new people and what that means.
Oh, sure. So if you're new to this crazy wide world, CVS Caremark, which is the pharmacy benefit manager, not the drugstore chain, although they're owned by the same company, cut a deal with Novo Nordisk where Wegovy, so the semaglutide called Wegovy, would be the preferred GLP-1 from them. And they would switch essentially everybody who was on anything else over to Wegovy. So the people on Zepbound went, wait a minute, that's not what I wanted. That's not what my doctor prescribed. So there's a lot of people out there trying to get the exceptions, medical waivers. I haven't heard any giant successes, but I did see someone today post it on Facebook. Now it's Facebook. So was that real? I don't know. You never know. So there's a lot of people trying to figure it out. But as a PBM, CVS Caremark is the largest one in the country. So it's a lot of people that it impacts.
I never knew what a PBM was until I started this journey. So apparently they manage all kinds of things for insurance companies in terms of what medicines are covered and how those orders are paid for through
Laura McBride says, hi, everyone. Shannon's Journey, Life, Health, and Hope. Yes, I have had CVS Caremark cover my... Well, so are they covering it since the change is the real question. So that was announced. We did a news piece on it a couple of weeks ago. So now there's a lot of things going on. Darium says, put a QQQ to get attention of Christopher and Laraine. Thank you, Darium. And make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. I can't actually see how many are doing that.
I can.
Oh, well, you
179 likes? Or no, there's 179 people.
That says 182.
Well, maybe I should wear my glasses. Maybe you should.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's 44 likes. So, all right, you 187 people. We hope
so ask questions. Let's talk about what's in the news. So did everybody watch the videos we did on the new Treat, Reduce, and Obesity Act?
What?
And the Treat and Reduce Obesity Act out of the Senate. So that we did, right? We talked about these, said, hey, call your senator, email your senator. I even put a template for an email to the senator in the description. Make sure you go do it because it could change a lot of things. A lot of things. Hello, Teresa Endajar from Tucson.
Shannon says non-alcoholic fatty liver has gone from severe to mild. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. These GLP-1s we're finding are good for so many other things, not just weight loss. So Zepbound has been approved for sleep apnea. We know that Ozempic is good for cardiac disease, and the other things are just keep getting reported all the time. Today is my 1 year anniversary, Courtney. Congratulations, Courtney.
Courtney, it sounds like you need to come on and do a Downsized Dish interview.
Absolutely. And how do they do that, Christopher? They can send me an email. If you'd like to come on the show and do an interview with me, we do a series called The Downsized Dish where I interview people just like you and me and Christopher every week. And we talk about our weight loss journey. Just send me an email, Laraine@thedownsized.org. You have to spell my name right, Laraine @thedownsized.org. So we'll send you a link to our calendar and we'll get you set up for a little chat. We have one. Who are we posting this week? Whose interview are we posting?
I don't remember.
You don't remember.
Sorry.
Peggy Naylor says,
There's one that'll be tomorrow, and we have several recorded, but there's one that'll be tomorrow.
I'm new to Zepbound and have only taken 2 shots so far, but I know I'm going to be successful, and your channel has really been helpful. One question, are kidney stones a common side effect? I don't think I've heard of a single person.
Well, so kidney stones are not a
stones.
side effect of the medication, but they can be with rapid weight loss. So if you lost a lot of weight, either way it could be. So if you're prone to that, I would, there's specific diets that help you out with kidney stones. I know my father had got a whole list of things because he had kidney stones a number of times. And so I would make sure you bring that up with your doctor if there's things you need to watch out for.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we haven't heard that. Do you think Zepbound is more effective than compounded? Well, I've only taken compounded. So I've taken, 87 shots. And I think of those, probably 85 have been compounded. And it's been very effective for me. Christopher has taken...
I've taken Mounjaro, Zepbound, and compounded tirzepatide. And I've taken compounded tirzepatide, I think, from 5 different pharmacies.
5 different compounding pharmacies.
I have not seen any difference in any of them. Honestly, it's worked exactly the same for me. I pretty much lost weight the whole way through. Yeah. I'm down 104 pounds. Now, I will tell you, it's easy to have a slow week and think that's science and that your sample of 1 means that this batch isn't as good as that batch. It's more likely your body just going, hey, I'm going to do what I want to do, than it is there was something going on with the batch. So
yeah, I think all of these are very effective. Sometimes it might just be that maybe you need to move up a dose. Maybe you've eaten more that week. You tried to out-eat the medicine. There's a lot of things going on. Your body's constantly changing. So, but in our experience, and especially since Christopher has gone from compounded to Mounjaro to Zepbound and then back to compounded, they all seem to work
Zepbound in between.
equally.
I
think I said Zepbound, didn't I?
Yeah,
Mounjaro, Zepbound. Oh, and occasionally, yeah. So
I still have a prescription for Zepbound.
when we travel, it's easier to travel with the Zepbound pens, but for us, the Zepbound pens are very expensive because our insurance doesn't cover them. So we're able to get those. We can get Zepbound for $550 a month with the Eli Lilly manufacturer coupon. If you're new to Zepbound and you go to the Eli Lilly website,
the savings card,
savings card now, you can get it for $650. If you have commercial insurance, but it doesn't cover weight loss medication. So that's the case for us. I've just done compounded all the way through. Compounded is just much more affordable. Christopher had some issues at the beginning with cholesterol and his high blood pressure, and his doctor wanted to work with him a little bit closer. And doctors, our local doctors, they don't know these compounding pharmacies out in Texas or Utah or Florida. So Christopher's doctor really wanted him to work closely and wanted him to take the brand name medication. So that's why he jumped around a little bit.
And like I say, I still have a prescription for Zepbound, and compounding goes away, which it could well. Who knows? Today it doesn't seem like it's going to go away quickly, but if it does, we would go probably do Lilly Direct and do the vials. They're a little bit cheaper than the pens are.
But for now, I'm still compounding. I reorder as often as they will let me, and I'm with Mochi Health. So that's my story.
Yeah, let's see here. Chop It Up. Hello from Jacksonville. Plan on starting June 24th.
Okay.
You know what? Here we go. Carl, she's starting. Go get it, girl. Now, don't be afraid of that.
Well, and some people, they get the prescription and then they put it in the refrigerator and then they're scared to take it. Yeah. And it's understandable because it's a shot. And if I'd never given myself a shot before, I hate shots. I didn't ever want to get shots ever, of course, right? I'm not in the medical field. I don't know anything about drawing medicine out of a vial and giving myself a shot. But
which, have we said it? We're not doctors.
We're not doctors. We're not doctors. We are just a husband and wife that lost weight on these medications. We live in North Carolina. So, but really and now I've taken 87 shots.
Yes.
And it's not the most fun thing ever, but it's doable. And when you see the results, you're like, oh yeah, I'll take a shot once a week forever if I can keep this weight off, because I've tried for my whole 56 years. Well, not my whole, I guess I started about age 6. I think my mom started restricting my food.
You weren't doing baby Weight Watchers?
I went to my first Weight Watchers with my mom at around 15. Even before that, she took me to some kind of women's weight loss place where they put me on like this exercise machine. I don't know, it was in the 70s. You guys might have done this. You just laid there and it just moved you. And that was supposed to be giving you a workout. I don't know. Yeah, I've done a whole bunch of crazy things to lose weight. So this is the only thing that has worked, and I have been able to keep it off. And people ask me all the time, well, are you going to come off of it now? No, I'm not going to come off of it. I plan to take these medications forever. So, and until the next best medication comes along, it will be probably a compounded tirzepatide shot every 7 days.
Let's see, we have a new member, Kat C. Thank you for being a member, Kat.
Hey, Kat, welcome. Oh, and also, Also, Christopher made a new little feature at the end of our live tonight. You know how, like at the end of the movie, credits roll? Well, at the end of our live, all the names of the Club Downsized people will roll across the screen. So watch till the end, and you can see your name.
Anyway, so do I think Zepbound's? No, I don't think it's any more effective than compounded. Now, I'm sure Lily doesn't like me saying that, but sorry.
That's why they don't like. That's why Eli Lilly wants to sue all the compounding pharmacies.
Rita D, hello from Raleigh, North Carolina. Finished my first box of 2.5 Zep, down 7 pounds. I'm happy. Slow and steady wins the race.
Yep.
So that means you are right on track. And 7 pounds is a great loss.
Yeah. So the average weight loss is 1 to 2 pounds a week. And so if you're losing that, you're right in there. So a pound a week is 52 pounds a year, 104 pounds in a year. So, I think it took me about 26 weeks to hit my first goal. And then I kept losing a little bit after that. It took me like the span of a school year. We have one picture where I'm moving my daughter into college and I'm moving my daughter out of college, same outfit, and it's a 50-pound difference. I have that one. Don't have that one. You can show our other pictures.
I got a couple here. Let's see
what you got. Oh, that's me when I ran a triathlon, Ramble and Rose triathlon in Charlotte. Oh, there's Christopher, his before picture. Ooh. There's us. We were in Portugal, I think, that was in 2017. That's us over COVID. So, we really maxed out things during COVID, as there's still a lot of people. That's what I love of Christopher, because we do conferences for our business, and this is, obviously the same backdrop, but a year apart. Was it just a year apart?
Mm-hmm. Basically, I lost 104 pounds in 50 weeks.
Yeah. And a lot of these people come to our conferences year after year. So they see us, they came and they're like, oh my gosh, what are you guys doing? To the point of Christopher even gave a presentation about GLP-1s at one of our conferences.
If you go back, it's actually recorded. So there's another one.
There's another one. Joe Slim over here.
Mm-hmm.
Here's me in my workout clothes before and after. Everything just kind of shrunk. Here's the one I was talking about. Moved our daughter into college, moved our daughter out of college. So yeah, really in the course of a school year. And it's just been amazing. Our inflammation has gone down. That's us at our wedding 22 years ago. I like that picture. But yeah, so, we are absolutely pro GLP-1s, and we tell everybody about it.
It's the same one, but I was going to say, my daughter goes to NC State, and so we're in Raleigh all the time.
You're not supposed to say that.
Oh, well, she's not watching, so it's
We're
fine.
On the road to Raleigh a lot. So last 20 pounds.
Lost 20 pounds.
I'm putting on my glasses, SK. All right, SK says, lost 20 pounds since March, and now I got the dreadful letter that they won't cover Zed.
Well, 20 pounds for the weight loss. There's confetti for the weight loss.
I'm sorry. So they'll cover the Wegovy, though. So,
Well, it doesn't say that, but
well, I mean, if maybe they won't cover it at all. So if you can't get coverage at all, there's other things you can do. It won't be as cheap as if you get your insurance to cover it, but there's compounding, there's Lilly Direct.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Let's see here. Brian Doyle, hello, from Michigan, 9 pounds down, 1 month in on semaglutide.
Nice. Michigan.
Good job, Brian. S says hi from Raleigh as well.
Hi,
Losing
Raleigh.
it. Gray says you guys cruise ready. She was trying on clothes for the cruise.
Well, you always have to, like, when you ever pack to go on a trip, I always want to try on all the clothes, especially, I think I've just always done that to make sure. In the past, it was to make sure I didn't gain weight and couldn't wear them anymore. Because isn't that the worst when you are on a trip and you put on something and you're like, oh, I gained weight. This doesn't fit anymore. Now it's more like, oh, I've lost weight. Is it still okay? So I was trying on things, trying to figure out what I wanted to take with me because I tend to overpack.
You tend to overpack? You don't tend to.
I tend to overpack. So yeah, I lay everything out on the bed and I have to lay it out by day and by activity and by, I need extra outfits because what if, something happens. So I'm just about ready. Oh, hey, Downsizing Diva. Hello. I did my official Pilates class today. Oh, nice. I went to an intro class on Monday. I did it 2 years ago at 300 plus pounds. Wow. Today I did it at 234 pounds.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm feeling great. That's great.
Thank you for the super chat, Dee.
Thank you for the super chat, Dee Dee. Her real life name is Shay. Thank you, Shay. I did a panel with Downsizing Diva, Mel B, and Simply Taisha. It's on Downsizing Diva's YouTube channel on menopause. I don't really know anything about menopause.
Well,
I only have
You've experienced it.
I only have my personal experience, but the four of us chatted about it and did some audience interaction, and we found out some really great information. So, ladies, if you're interested in that channel, it's on Downsizing Diva's YouTube channel. Go check it out.
Pammy says, I enjoy hearing the doctor's opinion about staying at a maintenance dose because it always seems that people and other doctors want us to titrate. So interestingly enough, Cleveland Clinic just released some research. I was working on a script for it today that includes early stopping and maintenance dosing. And it's very, very interesting because their numbers basically say there is a point to which you have diminishing returns if you go below the titration. And I won't spoil the
diminishing returns.
If you go too low, basically you will gain weight back.
Maybe I went too low on the 5.
Maybe, yeah. So you listen to my video and you can see. She doesn't ever watch.
I'll have to wait for your video to come out.
She never watches just me.
I do sometimes.
She never does.
Usually I come home from the gym and he's recording a video. I'm like, what are you doing? But no, that's
well, there's
fine.
7 days in a week. And how many videos in a week do we publish?
We publish a video every day. So
if we don't have 7, who's recording them?
You or me or both
JoJo.
or none.
If I could just get JoJo to film.
We could just get JoJo to film.
We'd be rich.
She usually does walk across the thing. I had to take it down. Take what down? I had to take it down because I would keep losing weight. So I went from 10 milligrams down to 5 for the past 6 months. I remember that, Pammy. I remember you said you were still losing. And I think you've lost over 100 pounds, right? You can put it in the chat and tell us if you want. I think Pammy has a YouTube channel also. You can go check that out. So yeah, and that's kind of what happened to me. So we did when we first started. Oh, hi, Dana. I really can't.
Just leave anything. Them on, love. You can't read without them.
But I don't like them. So when we
first, you just took them off. Read
you
again.
Are correct.
Read again.
You're the worst. You're the worst. When we first started, I bought a 3-month supply from a another telehealth, and we got a vial of 2.5 milligram tirzepatide, a vial of 5, and a vial of 7.5. And so I took the 4 shots of the 2.5, and I took the 4 shots of the 5, and then 7. And because we didn't know if a dose was working, you could stay on a dose, right? So we kind of zipped up through the first 3 or 4 doses before we heard, oh, you can stay on a dose longer than 4 weeks if it's working for you.
We have another.
Downsizing Diva, and
I don't know. I have another. She did.
Another? What are you doing, Shay? What are you doing, girl? Downsizing Diva. Thank you for joining us, Laraine. Oh, on the menopause panel. We had a great time and learned a lot. I'm so close to transitioning to menopause. Yeah, you know what? I'm under the belief that the compounded tirzepatide cleared up whatever was holding me back from menopause at age 55, and kind of I just entered menopause. And some people say, oh, well, you were that age, like it could have been one, could have been it was just time or whatever. But I was perimenopausal for years, and I don't know. I think it helps. Do I have any hard evidence of that? No, I do not.
Anyway, Dana, hello. Thanks for joining us. Happy to have you here. Florida Silkies.
I've been on Zepbound for 7 months and down 30 pounds. Due to having CVS Caremark, I'm forced to switch to Wegovy. Hopefully, I will still lose weight on it. Yeah, for all the people that are being forced to switch over to Wegovy, I would say try it, see how it goes.
There's lots of people that have lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I mean, Ozempic and Wegovy are the same medicine. They're semaglutide. Ozempic is like the OG, was for type 2 diabetics. They gave it to type 2 diabetics. Notice they were losing a ton of weight. People started taking it off label for weight loss. So then they said, hey, now we're going to make Wegovy. So Ozempic and Wegovy are the same medicine, semaglutide, made by Novo Nordisk. And Wegovy has helped a lot of people lose weight. Zepbound has been clinically shown to help people lose a slightly more percentage of their body weight than Wegovy, but they're both very good. So my advice, if you're being forced to switch over to Wegovy, take it for a month or 2, work with your doctor on any, outcomes.
My guess would be if it doesn't work out or you can't tolerate it or whatever, you'll be able to appeal and might have a better leg to stand on to get it switched.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, because you know what a silky is?
No.
It's this fluffy chicken.
How do you know that?
I don't know, but I do. See that thing? It's like a show chicken.
What the what? I've never heard of that.
They're really cool. You've never seen them?
No. Where have you seen them?
I
grew up on a farm.
I didn't know. I didn't grow up on the farm. You've been to the house I grew up in.
I don't know. What? How would you know that?
I don't know. Maybe CBS Sunday Morning. I don't know.
You do like the CBS Sunday Morning show. S says, on my second box of 5.0, total of 7 weeks, down 17.6 pounds. Well, that's really good. That's more than 2 pounds a week. So congratulations. That is awesome. Do you guys keep track of your dosage and your weight loss and stuff by week? Do you have an app that you use? Do you have a spreadsheet that you use? Do you put it in your phone? I recommend tracking it somehow. I use a spreadsheet. The Shotzi app is very good. What else? What other apps do we know? That's all I got.
Let's see here. Losing It with Grace. Dr. Tina Moore did an interview today. I saw it. Mm-hmm. Users can develop resistance to GLP-1 medications, potentially lead to weight regain. How might this affect individuals who rely on these drugs for life? So let's talk about Dr. Tina Moore for a minute, because I watch her all the time. She's very entertaining. Dr. Tina Moore is a chiropractor. So she is not a medical doctor.
Well, let's not split hairs. What was she talking about?
But it's not. Essentially, she was saying exactly what she's saying, that you develop a resistance. To my knowledge, also not a doctor, but I don't, have doctor in front of my name either. There is no research that says you develop a resistance to it, that it'll stop working. So the doctors that we've interviewed, and you can go back and watch and they're all obesity certified doctors, talk about this a lot. And they talk about your body can become accustomed to it to a point such as you don't feel the same thing you did from the first dose. and you get used to it, but it
Mhm.
continues to work in the background.
That's kind of what I feel like.
So is it going to continue to help you lose weight? Probably not, because at some point your body's going to say, hey, I'm okay. I don't need to lose any more weight. But all of the other things that it does with inflammation and food noise and all those things can continue to work. And we have viewers on here that have been using it. I know Barb's been on one version of this for another for the last 3 or 4 years.
She started with, Health at Any Cost. Our friend Barb, she started with Trulicity, I think 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And then she went to Mounjaro, maybe something else before. Maybe she did Ozempic. I don't think she ever did Ozempic. Then she went to Mounjaro. So she's lost 275 pounds.
So there's a couple of things. So will you become accustomed? Will your body become
off.
accustomed to it and you no longer lose weight at some point? Maybe, probably. There's no real research that says that. I'll tell you that I read research every day.
Yeah. Well, and we've been on this medication now for 87 about weeks. I forget we started on September 29th of 2023. And I've been in maintenance now for about a year. So we've been on this medication, it'll be 2 years in September. And it doesn't have the same effect on me now that I'm 50 pounds down that it did when we started. When we first started, I could not eat 5 bites of food. I could not, I was so fatigued and tired, I couldn't get out of the chair some days. Those were my main side effects. Constipation was terrible. The slowing of the digestion, I could feel it. It was just like, and that's around for a couple months, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but here's the
now I don't have any of those things.
I think there's a difference between your body becoming accustomed to it and resistance to it. Your body naturally produces GLP-1s and it continues to, regardless of whether you take these. The difference is those natural GLP-1s last 3 or 4 minutes in your body. So these have a half-life of 5 days, right? At this point, lifetime treatment doesn't necessarily mean that you will be taking semaglutide or tirzepatide for the rest of your life. It means that you may be taking some form of medication. And my guess would be a year from now, 2 years from now, it'll be a different form. So you probably will not need a tirzepatide. You might need an orforglipron or a CagriSema or a whatever. But your doctor will, at that point, when there's 5, 6, 7 drugs out there, be able to adjust your medication plan to what you need.
Well, and for if you're new and you're not sure what Christopher's talking about, there are so many new drugs in development that will come to market hopefully in 2026. And one of those is called orforglipron. It's a pill that does not need refrigeration, and you take it. You don't have to, do a shot. It's a pill. And we're hoping that kind of revolutionizes the whole process. We hope that it will be cheaper than Zepbound. It's made by Eli Lilly. So, we'll see. There's, in addition to orforglipron, there's
600 drugs in development worldwide.
600 drugs in development worldwide. So these drugs are so revolutionary and so game-changing. Big pharma, every big pharma company all over the world is rushing to develop a version of these because they're just seeing dollar signs everywhere, right? So we hope that the competition will drive down the prices as new drugs come out. So,
and the new drugs some of them act differently. So they're not all GLP-1s and not all GIPs. Some of them are glucagon. Some of them are amylins.
I don't even know what that is.
But what it means is theoretically your doctor could cycle you through different medications based off of your point in your journey, how much weight you need to lose, what is covered by your insurance. I mean, it's, I was on blood pressure medicine for 20 years, and at least once a year, every other year, the insurance would change and he'd go, we're going to switch you to this.
Okay.
Because it's $5 instead of your insurance is now $50 or whatever.
Yeah. So I feel like I'll be on some form of medication for my disease of obesity for the rest of my life. What that medication will be, right now it's compounded tirzepatide. In the future, that could change.
Yep. That's okay. There'll be a news thing. Let's see here. Health at any cost says, yeah, chalk it up. There are lots of us here in Florida, and we're having a meetup in September here in Orlando. Stay in touch. So we'll be talking more about that. Brenda J.
I took compounded Wegovy for 3 months. I just started Lilly Direct Zepbound. I find I am getting hungry. I've lost about 12 pounds. How do I know when to up my dose from 2.5?
Well, if you've been on it for
I think it's time.
3
Ask your
months,
doctor.
yeah, if you've been on it for 3 months, and so you probably have another. At some point, that starter dose titration is there because you become accustomed to it, so you need to move up. That's probably now, but talk to your doctor.
Yeah, I don't know what dose you got to with Wegovy.
But you lost 12 pounds. So.
But yeah, talk to your doctor. It's probably time to go up in dose. I would guess. I'm not a doctor. But yeah, if you're hearing food noise, if you're getting hungry, also you could be just not eating enough. It's really easy to undereat
that low
on
dose
those
for that long,
medications.
she just probably needs to
move up. But you do need to make sure you're eating enough calories, because if you eat too low, your body will slow down the weight loss. Linda Dorman says, anybody remember the machine with the vibrating hip band? Yes. So at the YMCA, do you know this thing?
I've seen pictures of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I mean, I've seen like Lucy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I see people on it. So when I was a kid in the 70s living in Petersburg, Virginia, we were on a swim team, and it was at the YMCA, and we'd pass by the gym, and you could see the ladies like hooked up to that vibrating, was it supposed to shake the fat off of you? I never was old enough to do that particular machine, but I wanted to. I don't even know what it's called.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's wild. I hadn't thought about that in forever. Dana says, hello from Illinois. I'm on Mounjaro, was on Ozempic for 7 months, 50 pounds down. Thanks for all you guys do. That's awesome, Dana. You look very slim in your photo, so I hope that you're close to goal. So I think you might be. Cherry Pie says, yes, me too. Zepbound and I are indefinitely attached forever. Yeah, so I don't know what you have. I have the disease of obesity. Obesity is a disease as recognized by the American Medical Association, among other medical groups. And now we know that obesity is a disease, and it's not our fault.
There you go.
There you go. Did you know that? Did you know that it's not your fault? It's a disease. Shonda C says, I like my doc, but I don't know why she wants me to wait till I lose more weight to recheck my fatty liver. I lost almost 100 pounds. You would think that's enough to recheck my status. I just want to know.
Is it an expensive test?
Expensive test?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how that's checked.
How do you check do you have to do like an invasive biopsy or something like that? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Donna Johnson. Hey, Donna Johnson. Darium, are you coming on the cruise? I should have an update by then. Donna's on the cruise. Meanwhile, those with Caremark on Zepbound who got the notice, see if you can fill a 3-month supply by the end of this month. Yeah, so see if you can kind of stock up before they make you switch over to Wegovy. Health at any cost. Fatty liver disease takes a lot of time to resolve. Checking once a year is pretty normal. And Barb knows, because I think you had that, didn't you, Barb? But that's, if you maybe a test more than once a year just wouldn't tell you anything. It just needs more time. Hey, Taisha, happy Wednesday. Christopher, Laraine, and Downsized family. Hi, Simply Taisha. Taisha has a YouTube channel too called Simply Taisha, and she's a vegan. So if you need some good vegan protein ideas, check out Simply Taisha. She eats a lot of lentils, peanut butter powder. Lisa Jones. Hi there, friends. So grateful to be on this adventure and share experiences with you all. What are you doing? My anniversary is 10 days away. I can hardly believe I've been able to stick with it. Congratulations. I've been able to stick with it. Every diet, this isn't a diet, right? Every diet we've ever been on before, we beat ourselves up because we haven't been able to stick with it. And why haven't we been able to stick with it? Well, because our brain tells us to eat all the time. That's part of the disease of obesity. So now that we have these medications that help connect our brain to our gut and do all the things, it's so much easier to eat sensibly. Like we've always known what we were supposed to eat. Now we can just eat the way we always have known we were supposed to. Timothy Wilson says, I just started Zepbound pen. Is it normal to have appetite suppression for the first day or so and then nothing?
Just starting, there's no such thing as normal, Timothy. Is the reality is your body is going to react differently than everybody else's in the world. And it really takes those first 4 doses to get you started. It takes those 28 days to really get you rolling. So is it possible that's what's happening with you? Absolutely it is. The biggest thing I can tell you, and people know what I'm going to say, is the true secret, the only actual secret to this is just take your shot every week. Just take the shot. There's all kinds of other things you can layer on top of it and additive things, but the only thing that actually matters is take your shot. So
take your shot. And also I think so you're at the beginning, so you really need more time, I think is what Christopher's saying. But it's also important to know that the shot has a half-life in your body of 5 days. So the first few days after you take your shot, you might feel like super appetite suppressed, like, oh my God, this is great. And then
he's saying only 1 day.
Well, and then by day 5, maybe you start to hear food noise again, and maybe you start to feel a little bit hungrier, or, so that could be the case. Because the shot,
it's going to take a good month to really get into your body,
to get rolling.
Christopher has some cool style.
That's what all the girls say. It's the scruffy, no shave all week look. Nature Girl says both of you look wonderful. Well, thank you, Nature Girl. It's usually cold. We're in our friend's house because our internet is down, and it's usually super cold in their house all the time. Every time we come over, we have to bundle up, even in the summer. So I put on, I've got jeans on, I've got long sleeves, and I think they must have adjusted it since they're not here. 3 left turns. Challenging phone call with Caremark today. Don't accept no from the first rep you speak to. Ask for a senior team member. Ask questions about your formulary details with refill dates and quantities. Yeah, hit them with your data, right? Hit them with all your data, all your questions, and maybe you can badger them into submission. Rubina K says, hello, Downsized team. Big fan here. Could you please provide clarity on how we should stockpile, given that bud dates are less than 3 months out? I'm still in active weight loss mode right now. So different compounding pharmacies have different bud dates. The last shipment I got was from Empower Pharmacy, and it had a 6-month out bud date. So, and you might say, what is a bud date? Best used by date. So it's kind of like not really, but you know how the milk in your refrigerator says best diffused by, whatever. It's kind of like that. Only, what are you looking up?
Keep going up.
You have something else to do?
I'm just making sure I know the correct information, as always.
We have talked to a lot of doctors. We have talked to Condi Carmack, who is a molecular biologist who visits with us pretty regularly. And what happens after those bud dates is it doesn't magically go bad overnight. It might lose effectiveness, potency. If you need to keep them, your vials in the refrigerator in a container, what is it, opaque, that can't get through, in the opaque container. Once you puncture the vial, you need to use it up within 28 days. That's the best practice.
So we have vials from a couple of different pharmacies.
All different bud dates.
That have different bud dates on them. Some of them go out. I mean, at one point we had ones that went out 6 months. I don't think
Hallandale's used to go out a year.
Yeah.
Hallandale, you can't get Hallandale anymore. But
we also have branded shots, and the branded shots in those sealed pens go out more than a year. So we're able to have a combination of different pharmacies. And there are people out there, and I'm not telling you to do this, but there are people out there who will use multiple telehealths.
Yeah.
And basically they're looking for the longest bud dates out there.
And so my telehealth provider is Mochi. I place my order with them. They send it to a compounding pharmacy that services my state. So a lot of people use Brello. Well, I can't get Brello in North Carolina, but I can get Empower Pharmacy. So my past couple of orders have been coming from Empower Pharmacy in Texas. Some people get from Red Rock Pharmacy, Empower Pharmacy.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
And yeah, they're all over the place.
Lori Adams says, is a Lilly Direct same price no matter the dose of Zepbound? No. So the first dose of Zepbound, and so Lilly Direct, you can buy vials and you use a vial and needle, or you can buy the pens. The pens are the same price no matter the dose.
I'm gonna look it up.
Just like, that's what I have it right here.
Oh, is that what you were looking at?
When you were giving me a hard time. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
The first dose, so the 2.5 milligram dose is $349. 5 through 10, 5, 7, 5, and 10 are $499 each.
Mm-hmm.
The caveat 7.5 and 10, you have to continue to order every 45 days or the price goes up. I don't remember. It goes up like $100.
$100, $200 for the top.
And they do not currently have the 12.5 and the 15 milligram doses released yet. I would guess they'll probably release it in the next 6 months, but I'm just guessing. I have no actual information on that. But you can go to Lilly Direct, look it up yourself. The way Lilly Direct works is it's basically an online pharmacy, and your doctor can send a prescription to them just like they would to Walgreens, Costco, whoever, and fill it, and they will ship it to you. It's fulfilled by a couple of, I think Amazon Pharmacy is one of them. They have a couple of fulfillment pharmacies that will ship it to you.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I was trying to do by dropping down my dose, because I was trying to see, well, if I could get to 5. I was on 5 for a couple of months. I was trying to see, well, could I get to 2.5? Because if I could get to 2.5, then if compounding went away, I could switch to Lilly Direct and it would be $349. My local doctor said she would write me the Lilly Direct vial if I wanted her to. So right now I can still get compounding, and compounding is still cheaper, but I was trying to figure out, because everybody was really in a panic there for a minute about, and we still are not.
And there's still reason to be concerned.
We're concerned that compounding will go away at some point, but right now we're getting it. So while I'm getting it, I'm not going to worry about it. But I did have my eye.
But the advantage of Lilly Direct is it's not going to go away. So
yeah, Lilly Direct.
If you can make that work, you will have your medicine. And it's in vials, so they can make those all day long at 100 factories around the world.
Yeah.
Lisa Jones, she's lost 100 pounds in a year.
Awesome.
Good job, Lisa.
Excellent job. I mean, we hear so many great success stories of people losing 100 pounds or more on these medicines. And prior to these medicines, it was hard. I never, like maybe once in a blue moon at Weight Watchers, somebody got to that mark. So I was a big Weight Watchers member for years.
When you saw Mona, so we interviewed this lady that lived in Ireland, Mona, who was 600 plus pounds, and she's very open about it. So she did an interview, obviously. And I think today she posted in the group that she was down 200 pounds.
She was down 200 pounds. She has lipidemia.
Yeah, she had a bunch of
some
things.
other issues. But this medicine has just really helped her, where before she really felt like there was no hope. So it's really great to see.
If you haven't watched her, so she's named Mona. If you can go back on the Downsized dish and look at that, it's a great interview. She's a therapist as well. Just really, really great interview to listen to. Let's see here. Doris Goody says, my daughter's looking to move to Hampstead, North Carolina. I don't know where Hampstead is. North Carolina is a short, wide state. So,
yeah. Rubina K says, I'm worried that compounding is going to go away, and I'm not sure how to proceed. My insurance stopped covering Zepbound, and I can't afford Lilly Direct. I'm with you. I mean, today we can still get compounded. I would just advise you to get that as long as you get. What I'm really thinking is I want to hold on until 2026. So I think once we come around to 2026 and some of these new medications that are currently in stages of trials are going to come out and are going to be FDA approved. So I feel like if we can just hang on and make it around the turn there, we're going to be okay. And do I know this for a fact? No, I don't know this for a fact, but that's what my hope is. Right?
And we're starting to get some movement politically. So the administration's talking about lowering prices. We'll see if they can make it happen. That's a very difficult
I always
prospect.
like it when politicians are talking about it because it just gives it more word of mouth. There's no such thing as bad publicity, right?
So the Senate, of course, released the Treat, Reduce, Obesity Act. That wouldn't actually take place probably until 2028, but they're talking about it. So it's, there's a lot of stuff going on. So Rubina K says I'm on 15 milligram. Yeah, so hopefully they'll release that dose before. I don't think compounding is going to immediately go away, but yeah, I get that you're scared, and I would be the same place with you.
Well, when I first heard that compounding might go away, it was October of 2024, and I got super upset, super upset. And then we came around to February, March, and Eli Lilly started filing lawsuits against Mochi and against Empower Pharmacy. And that was a little unsettling.
And there's lots of other
ones. And that wasn't a good
The lawsuits aren't going to get us, though. Those will take years to resolve.
Years. They'll be litigating that for years. So now, last week we had on the live Lee Fits In. He's big on TikTok. Lee Fits In.
He's a lawyer.
He's an attorney in Washington State. And he kind of made me feel like compounding's not.
Well, I don't know that I felt that way, but he definitely made you feel like the lawsuits weren't going to stop it anytime soon.
Weren't going to stop.
I think the challenge is all of the things going on at the state level. So we don't know. It's changing so rapidly.
I mean,
keep ordering as long as you can.
The CEO of Mochi told me that she will go nobody's going to intimidate her, and she will keep going.
Let's see here. Barb says, I'm on 15 milligram too for 20 months so far and doing great in maintenance. There you go. Mariella's shot day, best day of the week. I don't know what they were talking about there.
Chip, what are you doing over there? Are you okay?
Chip's making some weird noise.
I can't see. There should be regional GLP-1 close swaps. I just took another couple big bags to Goodwill the other day. I mean, that's what we use Goodwill for, really. Health at Any Cost says, I have all my cruise clothes hanging right in front of me. I can't wait to wear them for y'all. Yay, Barb. Barb's coming on the cruise. Super excited. Losing it Grays at Laraine. With my glasses on. Do you feel a bit more pressure to glam up for the cruise?
No, she always glams up. There's nothing.
Knowing you'll meet all your GLP-1 friends in person. It did cross my mind. Do I need to lose 5 pounds just because these people are going to be seeing me in real life? No, because that would be silly, right? I love to dress up. I love to wear Lily Pulitzer, which is really bright clothes, which Christopher cringes at, but that bright colors make me happy. So that's pretty much what I own and what they'll be seeing me wear.
I don't mind the colors. I don't like the patterns.
You know what? Okay. But no, I'm always one to usually have makeup on, and you guys have seen, if you've watched our videos, sometimes I'm fully big hair, and sometimes I'm just
so we were talking about, so we'll record a Downsized Dish interview one day with the couple from Anchor's Moments, and then another day we'll do this live from the ship studio audience. They're all our friends. And she was like, well, I'm going to have to go back and get dressed. I'm like, I'm wearing my cruise clothes. This is
I think the Downsized Live is the day that we're going to be at the snorkeling or something in the
Okay.
morning. And I just had
I'll
to
still
plan-
have shorts and
I'm
shirt
gonna
on.
need to shower and change my clothes and not be in a bathing suit.
She's got her Vanna White dress on.
Dun, dun,
There's
dun, dun.
sequins.
Look at this studio filled with fabulous prizes. They don't do that anymore. But yeah. Can't see. I am a formerly fully certified Pilates instructor from Peak and also Polestar Pilates. I have a gym set up in my basement, but it's not the same. I guess people must have been talking about working out at home versus at a gym or at another place. Support.
I don't know.
These videos. I don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, some people like to work out at home. I know Simply Taisha is a big home workout person. I'm a big, I have to go to a place and do the workout or else I'm just not going to get around to it in my house. I didn't work out today and I thought, maybe I could go for a walk or maybe I could do this or that. I didn't because there's always stuff to do around the house, right? There's laundry or there's dishes or some child came home from college and their stuff is still in the middle of my hallway. So there's always stuff.
Some child? I think that would be our daughter.
Some child.
Wasn't some random child.
Some college student wandered in from off the street and dumped all their crap right in the middle of my floor. So there's that. Becky Clark says, Christopher and Laraine, I think you look great. Thanks, Becky Clark. Love your positivity. Yep. We're very happy that we have found these medications and we wanted to tell everybody in the world about them. Zoe Lantaff, hello from New Hampshire. I have cousins there. Almost at my goal weight with 4 pounds left to go. That will be a 90-pound loss since starting Zepbound January 2024. Wow, that's pretty quick too. A year. That's pretty.
That's about right.
That's about right. Deepest gratitude for all your videos and real life experiences. Oh, well, thanks, Zoe. I have a cousin who's a dentist in Manchester, New Hampshire. If you know any Greek people in Manchester, New Hampshire, I might be related to them.
Oh, Catsy. So I'm so curious to how the club industry, the health club industry convention and IHRSA same basically are handling this big change. So their numbers are up wildly because what has happened, actually, I was looking at the numbers today for the news this week. What has happened is so many people have been badgered into exercising because of this. And, you're 100-pound flighter, so it's a little easier to exercise. So the pool of people who would exercise is larger. The other thing we reported on, I guess, this past week was one of the trainer certifying bodies has launched a GLP-1 training module that you can get certified to train GLP-1. So they're just adapting.
The people that are on GLP-1. Yeah, a lot of trainers are very anti-GLP-1. I just see them on Facebook and, they are, because that's their whole business, right, is exercise. And then a lot of them suggest diet too. So these GLP-1s have kind of just revolutionized everything. But I think as people come to understand obesity as a disease and how these medications work, maybe they'll come to understand that now their pool of people who want to exercise is even larger, like you said.
Well, 74% of America. So the other thing that they were talking about in this, and it'll be in the news this week, was that the challenge for the gyms was that people were actually going. Because the model relies on you paying and not showing up.
Yeah.
So that the gyms were full.
Yeah.
And they were having to figure out how to add space or whatever. So they don't really want you to go. They just want your money.
Yeah. I mean, I've done plenty of memberships like that where I signed up, went a couple times, never went again. But my gym membership now, I feel like I'm getting the best deal in America because it's a gym and a senior center. And I think I pay $25 a month, and it's a beautiful facility. So I go 3, 4, 5 times a week sometimes. It is getting crowded in there, though. People are figuring it out. Kat C says, maybe after I lose a bit more and hopefully feel better, I might go to a big conference as a scout or spy. That was my favorite part of my job. People. I've been going into the big weight room at the gym because I interviewed Adrienne. She was on The Biggest Loser.
Glenn Hill.
A couple of months ago, maybe. Was she the one that did the pull-ups? Yeah.
She has a pull-up bar
She
in
has
her
a
closet.
pull-up bar in her house. And you guys might have heard me. I was traumatized in 7th grade by the flex arm hang part of the presidential physical fitness test. I could never do the flex arm hang. So I really want to be able to do pull-ups. So there's a machine in the gym called an assisted pull-up machine, and you put your knees on the pad, and the weights subtract from your body weight, so it helps you do the pull-up or the chin-up pull-up. So I've been going into the weight room, and I just go to straight to this one machine, and I put it on 60, and I can do like 3 reps, and then I fail. And then I try to do another couple and usually fail. And if somebody's on that machine, I'm like, oh, hey, can I work in with you? And everybody's very nice. And they're like, oh, yeah, sure, whatever. And I've met like so many people just doing that. And even the people that are working like adjacent, like we'll start a conversation. I talk to everybody, right? So but what I'm trying to say is don't be afraid to go in that weight room, find one machine that you like, and just start there. Just start small, right? Mm-hmm. And all the machines have like little pictures on them and stuff. So, and in my gym, there's a lady who's like in charge of that section, and she'll help you, but usually she's pretty busy. But if you can find somebody to help you, that's good.
Yep. Linda Pike says, hello from Northeast Ohio. Sugar is stalling my weight loss from last June 2024, down 60 pounds, 40 more to go. Any suggestions? Well, what do you mean by sugar is stalling? Yeah, but what does that mean? I'm not sure I understand that.
I mean, sugar is so addictive, right? And sugar's in so many processed foods, so many soft drinks and beverages. Is
she diabetic? Is it her blood sugar that's causing an issue? Is it what she's eating? Tell us more, Linda.
Go towards whole foods. Try to cut out the processed foods. I was in Aldi today, and they had, I don't even want to say the name but the packaged snack cakes, like I love them. So I was like, oh, I want to get some of those. And I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I don't eat like that anymore. But it's so addictive, right? So if we can eat, so I ended up getting raspberries and strawberries and grapes and, Greek yogurt. And I did look at the chocolate bars for a long time.
Just stand there and stare at them.
I did look at them, but then I was like, nah, I don't really want that. So I kept going. But I definitely like all those things. Tammy says, it'd be really cool if you guys are able to do a live, and maybe you could bring us on the cruise so we can join on the live virtually.
Yeah, we're going to do this. I mean, we the last couple of cruises we've done this. We just did it in our room. Well, we have what's called Celebrity Central, which is a small theater that will be on stage, and we will do this live. So
we'll just have people from the audience ask questions, and maybe we'll take
questions too. We'll be just like this. We'll just add in a video.
It'll be just like this.
I'll have more equipment.
I'm a visual person, right? I have to see it in person to understand what is actually going to happen. I'm a visual learner.
She is.
What else? Cat C says at some point there will probably be 50 plus different tweaks in the GLP-1 med offerings. Yeah, there's this one drug called retatrutide that has been said to just melt weight off.
The triple agonist. Theoretically, it'll be out late next year.
Yeah. So, there's just a lot of exciting things on the horizon with these GLP-1s. Rabbit hole reviews. I've been taking Zepbound for 30 days, moving up to probably 5 milligrams is what they mean tomorrow. Happy so far. Dropped 20 pounds. Dieting also. Well, good. People ask me all the time, well, what do you eat? What did you eat when you're on these medications? I'm like, eat whatever sounds good to you. But I will say prioritize your protein. Eat your protein first. So my goal is to get between 25 and 30 grams of protein per meal. Try to hit between 80 and 100 grams of protein per day. I don't really consider this a diet. This is more of, this is how I eat now. I eat high protein. I try to eat low sugar. Do I like the occasional treat? Yes, I do, because I still like those things. I just don't feel the need to eat them all the time like I did before GLP.
So if you haven't already, we did 2 videos, a 2-part series on nutrition last week. That was flowed out of 2 pieces of research and 1 advisory from about 7 or 8 big, large medical and obesity focused organizations, Obesity Action Council and so forth, that really talk about what kinds of foods you should be eating and where there are nutritional deficiencies. And their biggest concern is, particularly in the first video we did, was really to make sure that you were fueling your body, that by and large people on GLP-1s simply weren't getting enough nutrients.
Yeah.
And if you don't get enough nutrients, your body can't go, right? You need to eat good stuff. Go back and listen to those, because there was a lot of good content in there. And it's, I mean, we know, particularly those first few months, man, you're only going to get so many bites. You got to make them count.
Yeah. And that's where, maybe protein shakes, protein bars like that can be a good supplement if you can't get all the protein, like if you just can't eat another piece of chicken, right? It might be a good way to supplement. I use Premier Protein ready to drink shakes as coffee creamer. I know a lot of people do that. It's a great hack, because then I get I use about 1/3 of it in my coffee. I get about 10 grams of protein right off the bat in the morning. It's a great boost.
Oh, here's Barb's.
Barb says, I started Trulicity in April 20. Barb was who we were talking about before. I started Trulicity April 2022. Mounjaro 9 months later. On Mounjaro 20 months. 18 months on 15 milligrams. Maintenance since mid-December 2024. Lost 280 pounds total, from 405 pounds to 125 pounds at 5'1". I mean, Barb's our shining star, right? Our North Star, like the one we look to for advice when people talk about how much weight can you lose on these medications and how long can you stay on them. This is a great example. And Barb did everything prior to this. She had weight loss surgery. She did fen-phen. She did all the things. And really and she's told us, and she'll tell you, that these medications saved her life. And that's just fantastic, Barb. Great job. Pammy says, on 8/1, it will be 2 years on Mounjaro for me. And Pammy's lost a great deal of weight too. I think she's well over 100 pounds down. You can put it in the chat if you want to, Pammy, but great job. Okay, Nature Girl says, I'm on Cigna Medicare Advantage plan, preferred savings, and my doctor submitted for Zepbound and they denied it, stating that Medicare doesn't allow any med for weight loss. That is true. So sad. I'm on compounded tirzepatide.
So Nature Girl, if you watch the video that I did about the treat, reduce, and obesity, it explains all of that. And there's actually laws that don't allow that. What that act, and it's in the Senate right now, is trying to do is to change that.
Laws that don't allow what?
Medicare to pay for weight loss drugs,
right.
Period.
Right.
Yep. Let me see where.
Yeah, and that stinks, right? So hopefully that changes at some point in the future. That's what our hope is. You're scrolling backwards.
Yeah, no, I know, darling. I'm trying to find. See, that's where I was with Barb. So I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Oh, we got that one.
Got that one.
We did.
Susan Patricia says, hello, Downsized friends. I too have CVS Caremark and never received any letter. So I called last week and they said I am covered. Hi.
Well, so what it is CVS Caremark is a PBM, and the PBMs are associated with your insurance. So depending on how your company's policy was written, they may or may not be able to make changes to it. So you might be good through the end of the year. You might be good for it. Just depends on your insurance policy. If you're with a big company, they might be paying for it and not worry about it.
Make sure you're filling that script every 28 days. Like keep that rolling.
I mean, I'm telling you,
don't miss a month.
That branded pen lasts a long
Jackpot.
time, so you get them as much as you can.
I think you can maybe fill them every 21 days. Your pharmacy will let you know that, but be sure that you fill that. Teresa Rose says, started on compound Zepbound in February, and I'm 28 pounds down. This is so amazing. Yay. Good job. Yeah, it really is just an amazing breakthrough, right? It's just...
Pam's telling you how much weight she lost.
Oh, yeah. She started Mounjaro in 2023, lost 160 pounds on maintenance at 150 pounds for 6 months, had RNY, which is
Bypass.
Weight loss surgery, a form of weight loss surgery on 8/16/2000. Yeah, that's a lot, Pam. Good for you. That's a lot. 160 pounds.
Been on maintenance since 10/20/24 and kept losing 10 pounds a month. So I started titrating down from 10 to 7.5, then 5.
I remember when we did our interview, you were telling me you just kept losing and you just kept going down. It was like, then you got to 5. And I kind of felt like that myself for a while. Like it was just kind of gradually, I was just kind of slipping down. So I just, I got, at one point, I'm 5'5". I got to 138 pounds and I'm like, I don't want to lose any more weight. Words I've never said, right? Like, because I went from a size 12, 14 to a size 4, 6. So I didn't want to go any lower, right? So at some point you have to figure out where that dose is, where you're going to just maintain. And sometimes that's hard to figure out.
Anna Porter, I'm at 18 pounds down in 8 weeks at 5 milligrams, 30 milliliters of compounded tirzepatide. My telehealth provider just mentioned to me, if I need to move up because of appetite, do it 4 units a week. I mean, that's a non-standard way to titrate, but follow your doctors.
Units. We have to point out that this is
you can do the math. She's telling you how much. That wouldn't be moving up very much. I can tell you that.
A lot of people get confused between the units that are measured on the syringe and the milligrams of medication. So she's on 5 milligrams of tirzepatide. So depending on your compounding pharmacy, that could be 50 units, that could be 98 units, that could be 24 units. Like it just, you have to read the directions and you have to see how your compounding pharmacy mixed it up. So if your doctor's telling you to move up 4 units a week, there's no way for me to know how many milligrams that would go up per week. Maybe if I knew how to calculate from 0.30 mil, I don't know how that works.
I think there is a math way.
There's probably a way, but I don't know. Hey Chip, do you want to come say hi to the people? Did you want to come say hi? I think he wants to say hi. Oh my goodness.
He's talking. Steph V, hello Steph V, thanks for being a member. She says, I've lost 21 pounds since April 7th. Is that good? Started on compounded 2.5 tirzepatide, now on the Zepbound 7.5. So how many weeks is that? Can't do that. I can't, let me see.
April 7th?
April 7th.
Well, it's June. That's May, June, 2.5 months.
2.5, so 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So you're down, so you're like a little more than 2 pounds a week. So the average weight loss is between 0.5 and 2 pounds a week. And generally, most of the doctors we've interviewed said you don't really want to lose much faster than that, or you're going to have hair loss, you're going to have other issues. So you're actually at the top of the average, and you're doing great. Yeah. So just keep going.
Chip, do you want to talk to the people? Chippy? Such a weird cat.
He's like hanging out.
My primary doctor doesn't know. I can't see.
Well, just leave your glasses on.
My primary doctor doesn't know much about GLP-1 like the doctors you had on your show. Right. So I tend to tell them what I want to do. LOL. They will tell me if I go. Same way with my in-person doctor, right? A lot of these doctors just don't have the knowledge that these obesity certified or board certified obesity medicine doctors have.
Again, leave them all.
You can read the comments too.
I haven't.
Genesis R at Steph V. Yes, that's amazing. I've lost 23 pounds since January, and I'm happy that it's slow and steady. Yeah, you get the weight loss gets going too fast, and you're in danger of like hair loss, and other. You don't want to lose muscle. It happens when you lose too much too fast. Losing it at Grace, yes, this for the
fat sibling, so relatable.
Yeah, I was always the heavy sister, and my younger sister was the skinny one. Delightful to grow up that way.
Amy's been at the beach on weekends. Good for you. Donna, how did I get to that? Did we do that one already? No,
you can read that one.
At listening, losing a graze, interesting. It's UHC. I know of Evernorth from having a Cigna client. I'm retired now since 8/24, so not up latest, but E is behavior health along with meds to get best ROI. Yeah. And behavior health is part of the TROA as well.
What's TROA?
Treat, reduce obesity act.
What's that?
That's the act that's in the Senate. If you watched my video, you would know. He doesn't watch my video.
Well, you use so many like pronouns and like
and
this
words
and that and these and those and hims and hers, and I'm like, what are you referring?
Lisa Jones.
Lisa Jones, getting nervous as I get closer to goal. Plan to take meds for life, but how will my mindset shift? Well, I mean, will I lose focus? If I do, how will I manage? I so appreciate real talk about the regains. You know what? I look at this as this is our life now, right? And our life is going to have ups and downs and vacations and birthdays and celebrations, and bad things might happen, but we hope not. But, we manage it the best we can, right? So will your mind set? Will your mind
shift? Yes, it absolutely will shift.
It will, but
the thing is, your focus changes, and this is what the part that we haven't figured out, and I know Laraine will tell you she hasn't figured out because we've talked about it live on the air, but many, many times. It's when you spent the last 30, 40, 50 years of your life and your sole focus was losing weight.
Right.
And you achieve that goal.
Then
that can't be your focus anymore. So you're going to have to figure out what the next step is. I don't know. That's what we talk about every week on the weekly weigh-in, right?
Well, and for so many years, my focus was, how do I stop myself from eating? How can I eat a reasonable portion of food? Well, I tried to exercise it off. I did triathlons. I did half marathons. I worked out twice a day. That didn't do it. I could always out eat my exercise. I tried different tricks and tips with Weight Watchers. Set a timer on the microwave for 3 minutes to distract yourself, and then go do something else, and then have your snack if you still want it. Like, all those things are still there. Like, I know, and I think that's why I'm so good about exercising now, because I've really pretty much exercised throughout my life. And that's just part of this whole lifestyle now. So some things have shifted, and I have gained weight. Like, we went to Amsterdam, I gained 4 pounds. I still have 3 of those 4 pounds are still hanging on, and that's okay. It's just, I'm going to be within a weight range, right? And what's the right range for me? I'm trying to figure that out all the time.
Okay. Pammy says, do we know if the pill that will be coming out? So there's a couple of pills.
Did you just change your picture, Pammy?
For GLP-1 will be as effective as the injection. I feel like it's, so I wouldn't mind switching to a pill on maintenance because it seems to be more convenient.
My thought.
Well, so I did a video on orforglipron. You can go back and watch it if that's the one you're talking about. Rybelsus is also coming out.
Rybelsus. We don't like Rybelsus.
Stop. It works fine. It's also coming out in higher doses. The presumption from the early research we have seen is that orforglipron will perform as well or better than Ozempic. Not quite as well as tirzepatide, but it's very early research. The presumption is also that there's this value equation that will happen, that the pill should be cheaper than
the shot,
any of the injectables. Mm-hmm. Really, it should be cheaper than any of the injectables, and that more people will be open to trying it.
Because people don't
So
like
that in
shots.
all likelihood, when we have 1 or 2 pills out, those will solve for 2 problems. They'll solve for entry level for people who are overweight and lower level obesity, because it's cheap and it's easy to do, and you can try it and you can begin losing weight. If you have the appropriate insurance, or if you have morbid obesity, you will begin to see the tirzepatides come along and be introduced. I don't know that everyone will be on an injectable after the pills come out. I think pills will dominate. Injectables will become a smaller portion of it. And then the retatrutides, which are supposed to, as Laraine said, melt fat off of you, will probably be reserved to be prescribed for very high BMI, morbid obesity, and they will be the most expensive piece of it.
Yeah.
So solving for that kind of entry. The other piece it solves for is exactly what you're saying, is for maintenance. So maybe you started out because, like me, you were morbidly obese, right? You got down to a smaller weight with the more expensive drug. Once you get to a smaller weight, you get transitioned over to something that's a little less effective, but you don't need it quite as much anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So that when we listen, and we did a video where we kind of talked along with, we responded to Dave Ricks from Eli Lilly, the CEO, and he talked through their goal was to have a portfolio of products that could help you with your entire continuum of care. So from weight loss to maintenance, and you might shift through those products depending on your needs and your doctor's prescribing and your insurance and all of those things. So absolutely, a pill could very well be and that's what I believe will be.
I'm hoping orforglipron comes out. It's less than $100 a month, and I switch to that. Now, will that happen? We'll have to wait and see. More from Pammy. If the pill would be more convenient but just as effective, maybe it could be cheaper. Do we know about that yet? We don't.
Well, what we know is
hope.
in that, and you can watch that video, Ricks implies, and he does not say it will be cheaper, but he implies that they believe they can take a larger percentage of the market because it will be easier and cheaper to produce. It doesn't have to have the refrigerated distribution, and they will be able to come in at a lower price. Now, he doesn't say what it'll be. He just says, we think we can do more, right? I think it'll be cheaper. No, that remains to be seen, of course. Mr. J. Lee.
Atlanta Pike, sugar fiend over here. I've never been a sugary person before, but now I can't stop eating sour gummies for 3 weeks. My kids like those sour gummies.
Did I miss some?
I
missed Mel. Mel, I apologize. We missed you.
Mel. Thank you for your super chat, Mel B. I actually love the focus of gyms, even Orange Theory. How the focus of gyms is strength training, which is all I use my membership for. I was sharing in the chat about how you both look great in real life. Oh, thanks, Mel B. We got the opportunity to meet Mel. She came to Charlotte for a business trip, and we met her. So that was a lot of fun. If you're ever in the Charlotte area, send us a message, and maybe we could meet. So yeah, thanks, Mel, for your super chat. Wonky Donkey 555 says, about 1 month after moving to 6.6 compound, I've finally started moving toward a goal after a 4-month stall.
Yeah, that last bit, it just takes patience, which is hard. It is so hard.
Well, and you have said this, I never got to that top 15 dose, and then Mochi changed their dosing tiers and made their top dose 16.6, and you took the 16.6 a few times, and you said that really helped.
Oh yeah,
things
for sure.
along for you too.
And Lily's testing higher doses
like
that are out there.
I
think 20 and 25. Yeah. So inevitably that'll come as well.
Nature Girl, if you have diagnosed sleep apnea, have your doctor resubmit it for that condition, and Medicare may cover it. Does Medicare cover?
It does for moderate to
severe
sleep apnea. Yep. And it may be state-based because Medicare has some state.
Does it?
does.
Patsy says, maybe I will call my Congress people about that. It's been a while since I was calling about anything. They had not already decided to disagree with me. That's the best way to get through.
And the thing about
right?
that bill is it is a bipartisan bill. So there are Republicans and Democrats who have both signed up for it, and a long list. Even our senator here from North Carolina, Tom Tillis, was on it.
He don't like nothing.
Yeah, he don't like nothing. So.
Timothy Wilson says, Linda, Medicare. Oh, AT&T must reply to keep. What the heck? Hold, please. Oh, that's on your phone. Yeah. All right, you read that. Yes, you better come tomorrow between 12 and 4 AT&T to fix my internet. I have to reply to keep
Pammy
the appointment I made this morning.
Maybe some of you could bring some of us into the StreamYard room during we'll see how it works. It's weird when you do lives and there could be echoes, but if we could make it happen, we could try that for sure.
Wonky Donkey said, you did that one already.
Oh
wait, no.
Oh, she's telling you late.
Oh, sorry.
Or I don't know if it's
Wonky Donkey says, after moving to 16.8 compound, I finally started to progress down again in the scale. 56 pounds, about 40 to go to goal. All right, cool. So you're over halfway there. That's great. Glad it's gotten moving again. Oh, somebody called out Chip. That was a while back. A little bit. Christopher, here we go. Here it is. Here it is, Karen Tippins.
Nope, I do not.
You must be new here, Karen. I apologize in advance. Christopher, do you exercise? Laraine always speaks about her workouts. You?
Nope, I do not.
Thanks for your invaluable channel. 14 weeks, Zepbound down 23.5. Christopher is our prime example of how you too can lose 100 pounds on Zepbound and not exercise at all. And he gets mad when I say that.
I don't get mad at all. But no, I don't exercise.
He doesn't. And people have asked him that a lot. And believe me, I've asked him to go to the gym with me. We've played pickleball here and there.
I'm very active, but I'm never going to go to a class or go lift weights. That's not a thing. It's not gonna happen. Anna Hoover says, pretty cat.
Oh, thanks, Anna. Yeah, it's our friend's cat. We're at our friend's house because our internet is down. Yeah. Hello, Downside family. I started compounding some glutide back in March, and I'm down 37 pounds. I work for United Healthcare, and they won't cover it. I utilize LifeMD.
But down 37 pounds.
That's good. That is really good. So I feel like when I got to 30 pounds down, I felt like, okay, this is like the point where I haven't gotten lower than this before, right? Like 30 pounds. And then it just kept going. Angela Hemming says, I'm 46 pounds down since September 18th, or since September, 18 pounds to go. Yay. Awesome. You're almost there. Just keep taking the shot, right? Keep doing all the things, drink all the water, eat all the protein, get some movement into your day. My guess is it's a true guess is the pill will be more like $300 a month. Donna, I am manifesting $100 a month.
It's not going to be 100. My guess would be it'll be under 200. I think it'll be right at 195.
195. I'm not taking it. I'll stay on compounding until compounding dies.
You'd rather? Why? You don't need to lose any weight. All you need to do is maintain.
Still be cheaper.
Well, compounding.
I'm still all about the cost.
195 would, well, for a regular person, that would be cheaper than compounding.
Perhaps, but not for me. Being an affiliate. What else?
Let's see here. I don't know what that means. CL at CL's goals. Oh, C Durham has goals. There you go.
Anthony, Christopher, what if Eli Lilly promises you a year's supply of Zepbound? If you exercise, Laraine, would you do it? Ha 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 ha.
No.
For a free year supply?
Yeah, well, first of all, that's not ever going to happen.
You see what I'm up against here, don't you? See what I'm dealing with here, y'all. You see what I'm dealing with? All right. You know what? It's just something he is going to have to come to on his own terms at some point, or maybe never.
We like to call that the cold day in hell.
You know, you're setting a bad example for all the people
I'm
out
not
there.
setting an example for anybody.
Aren't you?
No, I never told anybody to be like me. Never.
Y'all,
never.
It's hard out
what
there.
I tell people is take a shot and eat real food.
That is what you tell
That's
people.
what I tell people. And you should do both those things.
I have my opinion on exercise has changed, because I used to be of the opinion of, if I don't control my food as best I can and exercise as much as I can, I will not lose weight. So that's why I exercised and did all those running and all the things. But the exercise wasn't the key to losing weight. It was the food. It's always been the food, because if you can't control the calories coming into your body, you're not going to control your weight loss. So you don't have to, case in point, you don't have to exercise on these GLP-1 meds to lose weight, because it's all about the food. But exercise gives me better peace of mind. It makes me happier. It gets me out of the house. It's doing things I like cardio dance. Some of these exercise classes that I take, I just truly like to take. I like the people that are in there. I like the instructors. It's like a whole thing. So, but you don't have to exercise to lose weight with a GLP-1.
And I'll tell you, my biggest fear about this whole exercise conversation is there's a whole group of you, and 10 of you will respond to this and tell me how terrible I am, and then unsubscribe. You just will. I know you will. It's what happens.
It's happened before.
It happens all the time. But if there's one person sitting out there that's 50 pounds or 100 pounds overweight or 200 pounds overweight, and they simply cannot get themselves to do it, and they're not going to start these medications because they can't work out. Because we've had people tell us, I was so heavy when I walked, my bones in my feet broke. Mm-hmm. I don't want you to be deterred from taking this shot because some mean workout Nazi told you could only be effective on this medicine by working out. Bullshit. It can be effective. Should you also exercise? Absolutely. Every doctor has told us that. No question about it. Am I going to? No, because I don't want to. Is that the right thing? No, but you know what? That's life. I'm also very active, and I stay and I do things, and you'll watch us. We'll go snorkeling. We'll go up and down the steps. We'll go ziplining. We'll do all the stuff. It's okay, but don't let these exercise Nazis stop you from helping yourself.
That's crazy. The most important thing is to take the shot. If you don't want to exercise, don't exercise. I like to exercise. It gives me a better peace of mind. I also, it can help tone up things as get loose skin and stuff, but you don't have to. So don't be deterred from, like he said, don't be deterred from taking the shot because you don't like to exercise or you can't exercise. You can still lose
people
weight
can't
on this
physically
method.
do it yet. James told us from Australia he was physically hurting himself because people were giving him so much shit about exercising that he had to lose the first 50 pounds before he could walk around the block.
Yeah, I mean, we hear that from people a lot. So,
start telling them to work out, lift weights till you fail.
Well, I mean,
walking to the mailbox, you fail. Come on, people.
I've been doing this for 87 weeks, y'all. So, I mean, you can follow along with our whole journey. But throughout my whole journey, I've been taking exercise classes at the gym. I really like cardio dance. I like the whole, I used to do jazzercise. I just like that kind of class. So find something that you like to do. There's a gazillion things out there, right? Or just take the shot and lose some weight and then see how you feel 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds from now. You might have a whole different frame of mind.
Because here's the thing, 100 pounds lighter, I promise you I'm healthier than I was.
Oh, for sure. Well, you got off your blood pressure medicine. You got off your cholesterol medicine. You don't snore to raise the roof off the house anymore. It must have been sleep apnea, but we never had it diagnosed. So definitely a healthier person, 100 pounds down. So there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Not everyone has to do gym stuff. I respect that. Thanks, Kat. Becky Clark said, still miss JoJo. JoJo will be back in our regularly scheduled studio next week.
Comes.
Yeah. So, we're at a friend's house because our internet went down. Journey of life. I hate working out. I mean, a lot of people do, right? I don't like working out by myself. I like to work out around people. Like I find the strength in the community of a class. I don't like to just walk in a gym and like pick up weights and start doing stuff. That's just me. Some people don't like working out at all.
I'm perfectly happy to be active. I just don't want to go jump up and down for no apparent freaking reason.
I'm not telling you to jump up and down, but all right. That's what I used to call. When I used to do jazzercise when we first met. I was big into jazzercise, right? Me and a couple of my friends, we went to jazzercise after work. I used to go like 4 or 5 times a week, and Christopher would always say, "Oh, are you going to go jump up and down today?" And I would say, "Yes, I'm going to jazzercise today." So that's why he calls it.
Mish LW says 8th shot of Mounjaro today.
Down 21 of 75. Hey,
Good
job, Mish. Mish LW. All right. I need strength. Jim Clark says, I need strength as I get older at 63. I have a personal trainer for weightlifting. Perfect. Perfect. And I think, especially as women, oh, no shit. Did you know that, Donna? Did you just guess that? Or did you know that? Yes, Christopher Durham is a Virgo. In the dictionary, under definition of a Virgo, there is a picture of Christopher Durham. But I've found throughout my life that all of my closest friends, actually the person whose house we're in right now,
is also a Virgo.
She's a Virgo. Like all of my closest friends.
She's 10 years younger than I am. 10 years and 10 days.
Yeah, all of my closest friends are Virgos because I'm like, and the Virgos are like, it's here, it's here, it's here. I'm like, okay. But I'm like, so yeah, but definitely a Virgo. I was saying something else before that. Oh, the strength training.
Hard to say.
After age 50, so women, we tend to the bone and fall down, break the hip, and you don't want to do that because it's bad. So we need to keep the muscle so we can just be functional in our lives. So if you can pick up some dumbbells and build that muscle, that's what I try to do. You do you, but it helps maintain your functionality of life. You want to be able to carry in your groceries. You want to be able to pick things up off the floor. Functionality, muscle.
Got that.
Okay. Virgo. It's funny. I wish you guys would interview Dr. Now.
I don't know Dr. Now. And I watch a lot of stuff. Who's Dr. Now?
Dr. Now.
Dr. Now. It's not Dr. No. It's not an evil villain from. This guy.
the one who's. What is that show? The 600-pound sisters. The one that the doctor that tells them
he's 80.
And he's from a different country.
He's Iranian, according to this. 5'9".
Not funny accent, but accent.
He's Iranian.
Okay. He's like, just stop eating so much. I think he had like some catchphrases.
I send invites out to doctors all the time, and I probably have a list of maybe 100 going right now, and honestly, about 90% of them simply don't respond at all. So we're always looking. If you know doctors, nutritionists, nurses, exercise, it doesn't matter. In any sort of professional thing, we're always looking for people to interview.
Tracy Gibson says, I started with semaglutide in October of 23 and reached my goal in June of 24. Started at 200, maintaining at 135. Wow. I've maintained for a year. Woohoo. Maintenance is hard. It kind of is, right? You kind of have to figure out how much you can eat. I like to push the limits of what I can eat. I can definitely eat a lot more now than when I started, but I can stop at a normal portion, I think is the key. Yeah, don't be deterred because for some it's hard to get up and move 3 feet. Yeah. Barb says, I couldn't walk to my mailbox at the end of the driveway until 8 months on GLP-1s. Yeah. So, everybody, you've got to start where you are, right? You've got to meet people where they are. You got to start where you are. So do what you can where you are and, take the shot and hopefully you'll lose weight. Journey of life. Is anyone short and starting weight under 200 pounds? I'm curious as to how much you've lost in the first 2 months. Well, let's see. Barb was over 200 pounds when she started, but she's 5'1". I don't know anybody who's.
But so here's the thing: is everybody's looking for somebody like them. If you go back and watch our Downsized Dish interviews, there's a number of people in there that are smaller.
I think Pam is.
And it's interesting to see those stories, and absolutely, we all want to see somebody like us so we can gauge it. The reality, unfortunately, is there is nobody like us, and nobody's going to respond exactly the same. What you really want to know is there hope? Is it possible?
Is it going to work for me?
Is it going to work for you? Yes, it should work.
I mean, there's like 1% of the population that these won't work for at all. But I really have yet to talk to somebody who it just flat out did not work for at all.
I mean, Dave Knapp's had a hard time with it.
He's had a hard time with it. I think he has a lot
of
other
type
things.
2 diabetes.
Yeah,
too,
if you have type 2 diabetes, we know that those folks lose weight slower than people without type 2 diabetes. But I think, that's the thing. Like people say, oh, I'm spending all this money for this medication. Is it going to work? I'm 200 pounds. I'm 5'2". Would this work for me? Well, yeah, it's probably going to work for you. So my advice would be to talk to your doctor, get the prescription and try it. I mean, I just can't emphasize enough how much these drugs work for the vast majority of the population. So I just, but that's why we're here, because we just think they're great and we want everybody to know about them.
That's the dang truth.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Linda Dorman says, I don't like to exercise, but I think if I weigh less, I might try it or at least be more active.
Yeah.
Darium, I love this discussion. There's room for all types of experiences on these medications. They help with metabolic dysregulation to help our body function properly, in my humble opinion. # not a doc. You go, Darium.
Yeah.
Darium, when are you coming on for an interview? I ask you all the time. When are you coming on?
Yeah. Nutrition and the shot are for weight loss. Exercise is for strength. Yep. I mean, that's a good little concise little sentence there. Mary Beth Clark says at Karen, absolutely. But then again, the plan can be to move more than yesterday. I think that's a private conversation. That movement is good, right? So if you can't walk to the mailbox, can you walk from your bed to your bathroom? If you can do that, can you walk to the mailbox? If you can do that, can you walk around the block? Like, just baby steps. You know what I mean? Persephone. Hello, Persephone. You are both adorable in your own unique ways.
That's what they call me. That's part of the brand is adorable.
Thanks, Persephone. And what's it like living with Hades down there in Hades Town?
Look who showed up. Mindy
Hey, late to the party. I was out running. Mindy's a triathlete.
And Darium says, so we can start now, Mayor Mindy's here. Darium and Mindy are both, no matter what,
they're everywhere.
What GLP-1 YouTube page I go to at any time of the day or night, Darium and Mindy are there. Yeah. We also see Michael Clanton quite frequently.
We also see Mel B.
Mel B is also there, correct.
Esther Lee says, I can't do group exercise because I feel guilty if I can't keep up, thus end up hurting myself.
Well, see, she sees group exercise as a competitive sport, and she wants to be in the front of the room and be the best.
Well, I mean, I've been exercising at this particular place for about 3 years now. So, yes, I do like to be in the front row because I like to do all the things. But, I mean, I didn't start off that way. I started off, in the back row of jazzercise, like in my baggy T-shirt and old shorts, hoping nobody would notice me back there. But you just build confidence as you do it more. And everybody has started somewhere, right? So new people come into these classes all the time, and I talk to them, and I'm like the mayor of the of the exercise place, because I just
Barb,
is that you?
Oh, it's Barb.
Oh, what did we do? Something?
Barb, we missed Barb. Barb.
Oh, Barb. Oh, thanks, Barb, for your super chat. Christopher's the worst. I hated exercise. Walking, I broke my feet several times. It took 3 months on GLP-1s to walk 5 feet to the bathroom. Barb's story sticks in my mind. Without a walker, 8 months to walk to the mailbox. Today, I walk because I can. And just as a reminder, Barb started at 405 pounds and now is 125 pounds. So if Barb can do it, you can do it, right? If I can do it, if Christopher can do it, well, he doesn't exercise, but we can all
Could if I wanted to.
Could if I wanted to, indeed. But I like how Barb, is doing it now because she can. She walks to the gym and then exercises and then walks back. I think that's awesome. Erica Wisdom says, I have not worked out and I do not want to. And it is refreshing to hear you say this, Christopher.
Yeah, and I will get yelled at. Somebody will have watched this and come for me.
People come for him in the comments. Oh, they come for him in the comments, and he will just not have it. I mean, he'll just delete your comments. I mean, sometimes he will if they're really
only when they're rude to you. I don't care if they're giving me hell.
I mean, it's fine. I have not worked out and do not want to. I read that one. Mindy, you were at the 100. What does that mean?
Mindy was close to 100 down. I don't know. Mindy, are you 100 down yet?
Yeah. Journey of life. My dad sat in a jacuzzi for exercise. Did that count? These friends.
Well, I mean, if the vibrating belt thing counts, a jacuzzi counts.
The friend's house who we're in, they have a pool and a hot tub in the back. And usually when they're gone, they're like, oh, go out and use the jacuzzi. And so sometimes we do that. Do you ever count that as exercise? No.
I wouldn't do it then. But I have the app in terms of jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Douglas Force says that I like lifting weights because it releases endorphins and just makes me feel better. That's good for you, man. So you got to do what works for you.
Yeah, I agree.
But hey, everyone's different.
Mm-hmm. Go Barb, you're unstoppable for sure. Unstoppable today. Elizabeth? Are there delays in many of the telehealth companies sending medication at this time? My last delivery took 5 days, but the one before that took 2 weeks. Hard to say.
I mean, I read a lot of the Facebook groups and the Reddits, and I haven't seen a lot of people talking about delays right now. It's not to say that there aren't some, because there's always things going on. A number of the telehealth companies prior to the FDA shutting, saying that the shortages were over, it had stocked up. So they were working through some of their stock. Stocked up? I think Orderly did. I think Orderly and Amble both did. I think they went in bulk, because if they already had it.
So around my birthday in March, around March 18th, that's when Eli Lilly started filing these lawsuits, and things kind of froze up for a minute because it just seemed like orders weren't getting processed. And then once that things got moving again, so now we're in June and it seems like it's just zipping along. Empower seemed to have a glitch there for a minute, last month, but whatever their holdup was, they started filling orders quickly again. So I think now's a good time to get compounded if you want to. I've been getting mine pretty fast. So, but it's hard to say. It could change at any time. Anytime. Bill, for real. I love doing resistance training. Just joined a gym again since I'm getting close to goal weight. Woo! Woo! See, if I had my short sleeves on, you can see my muscles. But see, I also have this loose skin that I don't like. So I'm trying to make my muscles bigger so you don't notice the loose skin as much. But yeah, good, Bill. I do have some loose skin. I do.
I don't really have any.
Yeah, I hate you. Esther Lee says, I'm 5'1" and started at 180. All right. Started in March 25 and lost 15 so far. Good job, Esther. What's happening? I think we're about done here.
Yeah, we're almost
Joseph Gonzalez says, Joe Fish, down 30 pounds. I'm with you, man. You don't need to work out. We just need to control our mouth. Starting my 13th shot, titrating up to 7.5. It's another Christopher Durham devotee over here. Laraine, I like to lift weights by myself. I have a gym at home. All right, awesome. My husband hates to exercise or strength train. It's all good. You know, whatever works for you is the best thing for you, right? And we can only ask so many times, and you know, they're going to do what they're going to do, and we can do what we're going to do. And there you have it. 22 years of marriage. Journey of Life says, thank you for that, Esther. I just want to know if I was on the right track. I too stalled for 4 weeks, crying faces, but I started losing again, only about a half pound a week. But hey, a loss is a loss. Actually, the average weight loss is a half a pound to 2 pounds a week. And I never say half a pound. He says it all the time. I'm like, if you're telling me I'm just going to lose a half pound a week, I'm like, I'm not here for that. But that is what Lily says. It's a half a pound to 2 pounds a week.
Oh, here's Barb's wisdom here. Thank you, Barb.
If nagging worked, read Christopher and exercise, then none of us would have ever been fat in the first place. Well, we do have the disease of obesity, Barb, so it's really not our fault, and nagging doesn't change that. But I know what you mean, right? Because my parents nagged the holy hell out of me for years to lose weight. I nagged myself to lose weight. You know, I nagged him to change the smoke detectors in our house, and I nag him for stuff all the time. Doesn't do anything, right? Anne Louise says, I've used a vibration plate, less than $100 on Amazon, and that has really helped my lymphedema as well as my balance. I use hand weights while on it. It's very easy for anyone who has exercise aversion. I've seen those little plates.
It's not an aversion. I just don't want to do it.
I've seen those little plates. I guess they just kind of move you around, so you kind of have to like hold yourself steady. It's maybe a good core exercise. I've not done that, but it looks like it would be fun. And if that helps your lymphedema, that is good. Losing it Grace. Honestly, CD, the salty comments are just us coping because we actually have to move our bodies.
Not sure.
All right. Dang, Laraine has more muscle than me. What's your routine? On Mondays, I do a bar burn class that's an hour, and it's a combination of, it's no jumping up and down. It's just weights. I use 10-pound weights, and we do like overhead press and chest weight, because it's a class that does weights the whole time, no impact. On Tuesdays, I do cardio dance for 1 hour. On Wednesdays, I didn't go today because I don't like what they do on Wednesdays. On Thursdays, I do step aerobics. And then on Friday, I do the bar burn again with the weights. So sometimes I do different classes. Sometimes I go on the weekend, but usually not. I've done a couple videos of me like working out in the class, but then YouTube doesn't like it because the music from the class, like they try to ding it for copyright things. So I don't know. You're looking at me funny. I think he's tired. I think it's about time to wrap this up, friends. We appreciate you being with us today.
All right, so hang around and you'll see the snazzy new video with the Club Downsized members on it.
Please like and subscribe. Hey, are we at 20,000 subscribers yet? Let me look. Survey says
no.
19,455 subscribers. So we hope you will like and subscribe to our channel, The Downsized. We make videos every single day, and we've got over 500 of them you can go back and watch. So we hope you will subscribe. If you would like to come on The Downsized and do an interview with me, you can send me an email to Laraine@thedownsized.org.
Yep. And if you happen to be a doctor, a nurse, a pharmacist, whatever, a professional medical kind of person who would like to have a conversation about GLP-1s with us, I'd love to talk to you as well.
Yeah.
And of course, we're here most Wednesdays live today from a different house, but most Wednesdays live. And next week, hopefully, JoJo will be back. Make sure you go check out our website at thedownsized.org. There's a resource page. Has a lot of good stuff on it. You can also go to our Amazon store. So it's a GLP-1 companion store that Lorraine's curated. Shows you all the stuff that she uses. I use vitamins.
We're an Amazon affiliate, so we make a small commission off each purchase.
Yep. Very good. So that is about it for us this week. Let me make sure bars, no joke. Try to bar arm workout. Pet JoJo for us cat lovers. Yeah, all right. Well, very good, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Bye.